Well, it's very early in the morning. I'm at Springdale Creek campsite. I'm kind of keeping it down because I did share the site with a man and his daughter. Both nice people. The dad and I, we both shared a little wine last night, just with conversation. Overall, if things go well today, 3 things will happen. I will see Oberg Mountain, and then I will see Moose Mountain, and to finish the day, on the map there's a gondola coming up, and it's primarily a ski gondola for the winter time, but I believe they run it during the summer for hikers. It's 6 a.m. and I do have a hike ahead of me, so real quick I'll have a cup of coffee and then probably strike camp and be on my way. I'd rather hike in the rain than tear down my camp in the rain, so I'm gonna get busy. Have a fire going. Still sprinkles here and there, but the sun is shining, I think. Or not shining, but coming out. I have my coffee. Nice start to the day. Might be a little damp, but got new socks yesterday in Tofty, so things will be fine. Probably head out here in about 45 to an hour. See? Here comes the rain. I don't get it. But probably headed out in about 45 minutes to an hour. Campsite's my back. I'm back on the SHT. It's about 7:30 a.m. and today's trek is going to be close to 10.2 miles. But I'll knock out 2 peaks of the 7 summits. I'll catch that gondola and then take a load off. That's a lot for one day. A couple of achievements there if I can get it done. I found my first moose track, I think. It's probably relatively old because the ground's pretty firm, even though it's soggy. But this thing is deep. It's about 1.5 inches deep, and it's huge. And what I've been told is a moose track is basically a big deer print, but about the size of a cow hoof. So here it is. Not to be redundant, but I've only taken a couple steps, you know, maybe 10 paces or so, and here's another one. So it looks like my chances are increasing on seeing a moose.
as far as that moose habitat I was talking about, I've come to my first beaver pond on my trip. Well, I've reached the Onion River. So I'm at the multi-campsite at Onion River, and I cruised that first couple miles, and I'm feeling fine except my feet, you know, just I want to preserve them, so I'm going to just rest here for a minute. I gathered some water, and while it's treating, or being treated, I'm going to just take off my shoes and kind of sit back for a minute. It takes a half hour, so I have about 20 minutes. I gathered a little bit of kindling and a couple small logs that, by that I mean small. So I'm just going to build a little fire and just relax for a minute, maybe have a snack. So that's what's going on right now. I'm finding that birch paper works incredibly well as tinder. Dry pine for kindling. It's working out really well up here in these Sawtooth Mountains. Well, I've reached the Oberg Mountain Spur Trail off the SHT. I am going to go ahead and ditch my gear, and I have with me just the essentials to collect the right GPS data for the 7 Summits challenge. This is peak 3 of 7, so this is great. I'm now headed up there. It's a loop. I don't plan on doing the loop. I just want to try to get to the highest point, and I'll turn around after that, come back down and continue on the trail. But here we go, off to Oberg Mountain.
Wasn't built to last.
It's kind of a bummer. With the forecast as it is, there's very little to see off the mountain, but I am here at the top. I'm just trying to find possibly the highest point to geocache that GPS data.
I had my fun and I climbed to the sun, but I was burned out on the surface. But I'm still here underneath, and I'll be at your door tomorrow or the next day. I'm on my way. Can't change the way it goes. Nobody answers, 'cause nobody knows what to say on the day the floodwaters come and take your dreams away. But I'll be at your door someday.
I've made it to Rollins Creek, which is significant because it marks 1 mile, 0.6. I did it in about 35 minutes. There are 2 campsites here, so I'm going to stop at one for lunch. Moose Mountain, Rollins Creek is at the southwest skirt of Moose Mountain. So I'm real close there, but and it's more important too as far as a priority over the gondola. That gondola can save me about 1.5 miles, I've been told. So I do want to make it, but I'm starving, so I am going to have lunch right here. For lunch, it's oatmeal with gorp, cashews, pecans, almonds, hazelnut, Brazil nuts, raisins, peanut M&Ms. I was starving. It's almost 2. I'll hit Moose Mountain, take my GPS data, and hopefully that gondola is open. I do hope I make it. Well, I finished lunch at Rollins Creek, packed up, and now I'm making the hike up to Moose Mountain. I believe sooner or later it's just going to jet right straight up the southwest edge, and then it rides the ridge line all the way. Let's say the topography on the map does not lie. It's a bunch of close little lines. Not far apart, close. Son of a bitch.
Once I was
based on the map and what this trail's doing, I'm suspecting I'm on top of Moose Mountain now. I'm sure I'm wrong, and I'm sure there's a huge ascent right in front of me coming up, but the trail's leveled off. The trail runs right down the middle of the ridge of Moose Mountain, and I'm just not really sure. So what I'm going to do is wait till I find the spur trail to the gondola. That will assure me I'm on Moose Mountain, and I'll take my GPS data there for the 7 Summits Challenge. Top of Moose Mountain. This is my 4th peak of the 7 Summits Challenge. So I found the spur trail to the gondola. Unfortunately, I can't get a straight answer out of anybody if it runs, how much it costs, or whatever. It's 0.8 miles to the gondola, so if it's not running, that means I am going to end up walking an extra 1.6 miles. And I really want it to be, because ahead of me on the SHT, it drops, and then it shoots right back up, and then it drops again. And I kind of want to avoid that up and down. I am at a fork in the road. This might come down to a coin toss, to be honest. I don't know what to do. This has to be one of the eeriest things I've ever experienced. Like, out of nowhere in this fog comes this huge chalet. Definitely sounds like it's running. Out there somewhere is Lake Superior. I think I just got a free ride. He's talking to his boss. I'm crossing my fingers. Here we go. Sweet. Did get a free ride on the gondola down from the mountain, and coincidentally it deposited me right at a bar. So I'm going to stop in for a pint and call it good, and then head back to the trail. It's maybe less than a mile or a mile from where I'm at to get to my campsite. So all's well, all is well. That gondola was an excellent ride. Well, I'm still in the Lutsen ski area. It was insisted that I have a good hot meal, so I'm at a place called Papa Charlie's, and I've ordered sweet potato fries with chicken strips and coleslaw, and that sounds delicious, so I'm very anxious to eat. Along with that, I have a cold pint of Black Butte to wash it down with. After that, I'll head back up the SHT, where camp's only 0.9 miles away, and otherwise everything else is going well. So, time for dinner. This is not trail food. I've come to the Poplar River out of the Lutsen ski area. From the gondola, it was rather impressive, and it is for sure. I made it to camp. Not a soul. There's no one here. So I'm just gonna find a pad underneath some trees. Just in case there's rain. But I have to act quick. I have to set up camp. I have to gather deadwood. I have a lot to do before the sun goes down. Chances are I'm going to be working with my headlamp. So, well, there's a little daylight left, so I guess I was successful at setting camp. I am alone, which is bittersweet because, for one, I've been enjoying the conversation with travelers or hikers. But on the other hand, I can just tend to business, draw out my socks, draw out my shoes, go to bed, wake up early, hit the trail. As for tonight, all I'm doing is making a fire and monitoring my socks and shoes. Try to dry them out. I'll go to bed, and that'll be it. So, well, I'm in my bivvy. Pretty tired. I'm ready for tomorrow. I wish it was morning. But after extinguishing the fire, on my way in, I was just checking my pack, and I was careless. I kind of just placed it in a tree, and nothing happened to it, but I did catch a mouse just kind of scurrying around the trunk, and it's too late to try to hang anything, so bivvy's kind of cramped tonight. My full pack is my pillow, and it's taking up all my headroom, but I'll get through the night.